All right, next video starting. Shake out your knees. We're going to switch sides now. So this is part 2 of Yin Hip Release. So now I want you're going to bend ankle, knee. So now we're going to do the opposite side. Take the other ankle, knee. And again, this looks different for everyone because everybody's hips have a different amount of flexibility. Flex your feet. This side's a little more released for me to start. Rising up, lengthening. Stay here for a moment to give your hips a chance to release a little more. Feet flex to protect knees and hips. And I'm going to stay upright and breathe. If you have a deeper level of flexibility than I do right now, and you're not feeling as challenged, you can challenge yourself by lengthening spine. Remember not to bend from the back, but hip hinge forward, spine long, and start to stretch over both legs. And hold and breathe. Find your edge. Notice when you send the breath to the areas that are tight, it naturally opens a little bit deeper, gives more. There's an interesting relationship between give and take. You must have balance between give and take. Without balance, then you can have the reservoir run dry. So always remember that. If you're always giving your energy away and don't get any in return, no replenishment, not replenishing yourself, you have to cut back at some point and start to increase your own reserves, because you can't help others if your reserves are dry. It's just food for thought. So maybe you're forward like this. Maybe you're all the way down on the mat. We're going to take another deep inhale here. And slowly start to come back up. All right, we're going to take that leg out straight. And what I want you to do here is a little seated twist. So you're going to stretch both legs straight in front. Then I'm going to have you cross your right foot over the left. You're going to equally ground the weight through each half of your pelvis. And the leg that's bent in front of you, I want you to lengthen up through your spine. And we're actually going to turn towards that leg. Maybe you can wrap your arm around that bottom part of the leg, lengthening upwards. Take the other arm back, and we're just going to turn and look over our shoulder. This other foot can be flexed, knee to sky. And just breathe. Couple deep inhales. Really lengthen up. Expand into your ribs, into your belly. And release. One more deep inhale here. And gently release. Coming back center. Stem that right leg straight. So next, what I'm going to have you do here, cross, foot is flat, pelvis is level. You're going to rise up, You're going to twist towards the bent knee. Maybe wrap the lower part of the leg with your arm. Take this arm back under your shoulder. Hand is right under the shoulder, lengthening up through the spine. So we do a little seated twist in the other direction. Keep rising up. We want to stretch our spine, lengthen, breathing in. Ribs expand, breathing into your belly. Follow the breath as it exits. Yeah, the give and the take, reciprocity is a beautiful thing. Not only giving and not only taking. Everything is about balance in life. Let's take one more inhale here. And slowly we're going to turn. Okay, what I want you to do next, I'm going to have you come into lying on your stomach. And I just want you to release your spine. We're going to bring our hands over under our forehead. I'm trying to talk. Our hands are going to stack. And then place your forehead on the back of your hands. That's a little better way to say that. Roll onto your abdominals. And stretch legs long behind you. You can have the tops of your feet pressed down into your mat. And then I just want you to feel the front of your hip bones, pubic bone, into your mat. And just relax for a second here. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time. So we're going to do Sphinx next. Gently draw your elbows in, and I want you to really lengthen. Stretch navel away from pubic bone, hip points firm on mat. Soften those shoulders, lengthen your sternum, your breastbone. And then I want you to tilt your chin slightly forward a little bit so that we can maximize the length in the back of our neck. So you're just staying here for a moment. You want to strengthen your back. Draw your abdominals in to your back. Avoid sinking down into your shoulders. Sides and neck stay long. In our Sphinx. Feel the front of your spine opening. Feel your energy level increase right now, ever so slightly. If you wish to increase this, stretch a little bit for more of a challenge. Take your arms and stretch them right at the point where your hands are. You're just going to lengthen a little bit more forward so we don't compress our shoulders or our low back, and take it into a little seal. If I come up too close like that, my shoulders start to creep up, and you could tell how the low part of my back kind of squishes together. We want to avoid that. You want to keep elongation, length in sides of neck, and shoulders out of ears. See if you can stay here for a few breaths. Core draws in. We want to create space in our spine and decompress our spine. One more deep inhale here. And softly, I'm going to have you lower down. One more time, just relax your forehead on the backs of your hands. And just let your pelvis sink into the mat. Let your back settle for a moment. We're going to do a little stretch. I'm going to have you gently come back into a sphinx. What I want you to do here, if your neck is comfortable with it, listen to your left shoulder. You're going to tilt left ear a little baby bit towards your left shoulder. Stretch the right side of your neck. And if it's okay, you're going to take this foot, you're going to slowly lift it and just stretch it back a little, just to create a little more openness in your side. Careful not to collapse this shoulder. That ear is away from the shoulder. Can straighten the neck. You could keep it a slight little bend. I'm going to straighten mine. You could keep it tilted if it's comfortable. If it's too much of a stretch, straighten it. Slowly rock back to the center. Take that leg down. Now I'm just going to tilt opposite ear towards shoulder. My right ear is tilting down towards my right shoulder. Stretching the left side of my neck. If it's more comfortable, keep head centered. Lifting up that foot. Doesn't have to be as bent as mine is. Could be lower down. I just don't have space. So you would just bend and reach back. Going back a little. Could have ear tilted down or neck straight. Get a little release, opening that side up a little. Gently come back center, release foot. Take hands directly under your shoulders. Press up to hands and knees. And then what I'm going to have you do here, I'm going to have you bring hands under your shoulders. If you want, you could even cross ankles to give a little extra support to your kneecap, your knee joint, where the patella hits the mat. I'm going to have you do a set of tricep push-ups, Pilates push-ups, or this will help in your Chaturanga Dandasana when you're in a full plank and your elbows bend into your ribs. So here, make sure the front of your hips and thighs go down with you, and then your elbows hug in. Keep your shoulders out of your ears, and then you press straight up. Breathing in, and then exhale, you just press straight up again. Shoulders away from ears. Shoulders away from ears. Hips travel with you. Elbows hug in tight. Upper arms glued into your ribs. 5. Shoulders away from your ears. 4. And 3. 2. Come on up. Uncross your ankles. Take it back into your balasana. We're going to go into a little rest pose. And then I'm going to give my knees a little extra support. My hips don't go back to my heels just yet. I hurt my meniscus in August, and still to this day, I don't have that range yet. So I'm not forcing it. I'm giving my pelvis a little support. So I have a little extra support for my knees indirectly. We're just going to maybe do like little suction cup fingertips. Slide the arms out. Stretching forward. Allow your back to open. Maybe your forehead touches the mat. Maybe it doesn't. Feel the stretch under the armpits. Feel your breastbone, your sternum lengthen forward. Maybe it's comfortable for you to just let your palms flat down into the mat, flatten into the mat. I have trouble talking at the end of the day, if you've noticed. No worries. It is what it is. Breathe across the low back. Just let this whole area soften, release, and open. One more deep inhale. This feels so good. Let's do one more. Slowly lift head, shoulders, come in. We're going to take our legs. And you know what we're going to do today? Shavasana. Go ahead. Walk your legs through. And we're going to do nothing but just be. So join me on the mat. Just be. Slowly come on into your mat. I'm crooked. Hold on. Something's by my foot. It's in my way, but it's okay. I'll get over it. If you have a blanket, you could put a blanket over you. If you have a pillow, you can use a pillow. Just let your legs be. Relax, palms to sky. And we're just going to release any tension that we might have. If your forehead's tense, go ahead and let it release. If your eyebrows are tense, release them. Release your jaw, the facial muscles, your mouth, your neck. Maybe wiggle toes, maybe wiggle fingers. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Allow your collarbones to widen. Let your spine stretch long into the mat under you. Let the front of the thighs release. The knees release. The calves. Back of lower legs. The ankles. And just sink deeper into the earth, grounding. Feeling centered. Everything we worked on today, just let it absorb into your joints, into your system. Feel lighter and feel more free. My stomach is noisy. Just relax. Feel the breath as it enters and as it exits. Letting go of any past beliefs that may no longer serve who you are right now. Slowly, we're going to bring our awareness back into our physical. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. And we're just going to slowly stretch our arms over our head, lengthening, breathing in, stretching apart, exhale, and slowly I'm going to have you turn to one side. Stay here for a moment. Now gently press up to a seated position. And then we're going to close out our practice today, Sukasana, easy pose. Hopefully you feel a little renewed, at peace, and even re-energized in a subtle way, working with our body's subtle energy forces. Breathing in. Bring palms together. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in. Bring palms together at your heart center. Feeling at one. Feeling at peace. Feeling calm and centered. So thank you everybody for joining me. Peace. See you soon. Bye. Take care.